the third part that I want you to be aware of is your impression management. It's not just about how you are impressing others, but how do you impress yourself? Okay, when you look in the mirror, are you impressed with who you are today or how you're showing up? Yes, we can all do it, maybe better clothes or whatever it is, or whatever you want to improve. But in the absence of that, like, are you showing up in an energetic presence that you are proud of? Or are you showing up, are you doing the best you can with what you have? Or are you just like, I don't care, one day I will fix my wardrobe, and you're just wearing anything, you're not showing up for the moment, you're not showing up at the level that you want to be received, or really impressing yourself and creating opportunities to raise your energy? You want to look at your personal, like, is your personal and professional brand image and positioning you at the level that you desire to be? So I know that this can be a challenging one for a lot of people in terms of really understanding how to communicate what it is that you do, the value of what you do, and really show up powerfully in what you do. And this is one of my gifts. This is what I really enjoy doing with clients. But what I'm sharing with you here today is like the foundation piece, right? We can get into like building your brand, working on your messaging, repositioning you to attract more desirable clients or whatever it is that you desire. But the first piece, which is what we're working on here today, is your energetic blueprint. Who you are being, not who you are acting like or trying to be or sometimes being, but who are you being? Okay. And then you want to look at those pieces around your visual, written, body language, spoken cues that are reflecting who you are in the world. Okay, so really pay attention. Body language is important. A lot of our communication is nonverbal. Okay, we are visual beings. So what are the visual cues that you're putting out there? Does it reflect the high status that you want to create in the market? When you speak to others, do you speak with confidence or do you speak with hesitation, with fear? You know, one of my clients was saying to me, he was trying to hire a photographer, and, you know, the guy kept saying to him, oh, but you know, the price is the way it is because, you know, it's so much work, and that's how the price should be. And he just felt like the guy lacked confidence, and he was like, I don't even know if I want to work with this guy. Like, he kept trying to justify his price and tell me how valuable the item is at the price it is. I just feel like I don't want to work with someone who doesn't really believe or have the confidence to just charge their worth. Clients pick up on that. That's what I mean by your impression, and really being conscious about how you're creating in that way. So how do you up-level your brand presence and skyrocket your success? Well, once you have taken care of all of those pieces and you've built your brand, you have your right positioning, your messaging, the final piece of the puzzle is really amplifying your powerhouse presence by creating a remarkable signature style. And we help you do that with our Globally Irresistible Distinction Report. I think some of you have my book, The It Factor. If you don't have it, I want you to send an email to our marketing@hannahfitz.com. And I want to gift you that book because it has some powerful insights in there for you. So you can send an email to marketing@hannahfitz.com and request a free copy of The It Factor because it's actually being sold. And you can learn more about the It Factor and creating your signature style. But what I want you to know is that a lot of behavioral strategists say that, you know, and researchers, when consumers are facing alternative choices, they combine knowledge with affective feelings about a product to form an overall evaluation about the brand attitude. So if you want to have a standout brand, not only do you have to have a standout presence, but you must have a presence that translates the complex informations, the methodologies, the things that you do into ways that are desirable and that impacts your ideal client emotionally at a deeper level. Because in the absence, when there are many choices to make, they rely on their emotions, their gut feeling, right? So how do you amplify your presence? Again, we want to use things like, your platforms and your power networks. So really building up your platforms, whether it's your social media, whether it is your website, and all of those tools that allow you to create what we call artifacts, or I call it breadcrumb effect. So if you're looking to really send out a clear message that you're a high value coach, consultant, entrepreneur, employee, whatever it is, I want you to go and reassess your social media. What are you posting there? Is that reflective of the woman you desire to be and how you want people to see you in the world? And really redefine for yourself what that is. Okay, because the key part of building your brand is to help you build trust, impression management, and reputation management. And how you build your reputation is you start to show your value by you start to invite people to experience the value that you create through your assets, right? So you might have, like I said, your website, your social media where you're sharing content. I always advise clients we create a publicity plan where, and sometimes we also provide publicity packages where you get more into the media and you start getting the exposure. But I highly recommend, before you start putting the spotlight on your brand, that you really, on yourself, that you really get clear within yourself about how you're showing up, who you are as a high value woman. You start claiming that value. You start being that woman today. And you also start to really clarify how you're positioning yourself, your messaging, and everything else. And then you shine the light on it, because you don't want to go out there and putting publicity out there and then you have to go 2 months later and say, oh, oops, I'm going to do this instead now, right? Because people like to see consistency in how you're showing up. And yes, of course, you are a multi-dimensional being, and maybe like me, many of you are creative and have many different talents, but you also want to streamline and become masterful and known for something. Okay, so I hope that this is clarifying that for you. But one thing that I want you to remember is that you have to be the brand. Every woman has her own brand of magic. And one of the things that I love about the work we do with archetypes for our clients is really understanding what are those combinations. We're not one thing. Okay, we have combinations that really help us define or that really shed light on who we really are. And I know when I give clients those reports, they are always surprised to see, like, oh my gosh, Hannah, this really is me. But it really also helps you streamline and identify your brand of magic more clearly and say, yes, this is more, I want to bring more of that into my brand, into my career, into my business. Or I don't want to bring that. I don't really like that aspect of it. You get to choose. Okay, while you're being authentic, not everything will serve your brand. And so you get to choose what you want to bring to the public eye, to the stage. You don't have to, a lot of people get the impression that to resonate with an audience that you need to share all of your laundry in public. And that's not true. That's what being a high value woman is, like standing in your power, knowing where you're drawing those lines and boundaries, knowing what you're available for, what you're not available for, and really being unapologetic in how you show up in those areas.